Get all my audio here together. All about the gyro here. Hope all of you are well.
Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour.
And we're going to do open trucks here from Kansas.
There's traffic behind, take care.
And then we'll do some final IMSA practice.
The leader has just done a 30.8.
Hope all of you are great.
Got a car low.
A little practice here.
Clear inside.
And smart Alec decided to do that, but
New fastest lap for Martin, 30.8.
the problem is your incident points count. So, great to have you here. And we're going to have a little bit of fun here. A little bit of fun. So, as you notice, the chair is not here anymore. I went and got a folding laptop desk as I sit very low. And it's at a much lower height. And so I'm able to put my stuff on there, like, beverages, snacks, cell phone, stuff like that. I can actually pre-stage certain things on here that I couldn't do before because I basically sit about that much off of the ground. So we are the number 5
Radio
truck
check.
in a 24 truck field. So 80 laps, and let's hope we make the entire race. Because last time we got about halfway through and got taken out in somebody else's mess. So we're just going to get the qualifying setup loaded up. We're using, once again, the Craig Setup Shop. Here, I am a paying customer. So I'm using that. And we're going to have a little bit of fun, like I said.
The leader has just done a 32.0.
So right now it's 7:45 in Nashville. Still a warm evening out, but I think this will be the last warm night we're going to have for a while. Next few days, the temperature is going to be a little bit cooler, with the lows down into the mid 40s. So, yeah, it's going to be a hoot. So, all right.
Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. The pit exit's clear. All right, Dwayne, we've got 2 laps to get the job done, mate.
Let's see how we do here.
watch your water temperature. It's looking a little high.
Well, that's because it's taped up, Jimmy. Just slide job of that. I didn't change the steering here on this, and I think it's showing. That's okay.
P4. That's a new fastest lap for Beck, 31.4.
There we go.
P5, that lap was at 31.8.
And that's why you do not use 12-to-1 steering. Because once you start sliding, not so easy to get the truck the way you want it. But we've qualified. So, happy days. Make sure I am now Stig told me he's actually using 16-to-1. Still experimenting with 16-to-1, but I know 12-to-1 is not it. So 14-to-1, but I just got to be a little bit mindful. It's a good word, mindful. So great to have you along.
Your engine temperatures are looking better now.
Some Friday night racing here. Let me go ahead and close some of my memory hogs here. So tomorrow, the good Lord willing, I'm going to be putting in some extra RAM into this machine. And it's for video rendering and for the stream. So I have 2 sticks of 16. And the speed is kind of middle of the road. I'm putting 4 sticks in with maximum speed to not only max out the board, but it's going to reduce, especially when I do rendering, the bottlenecking. And the same thing with streams, because iRacing itself takes about 8 gigs. My stream will often take another 8 gigs. So you could be in a situation where the rest of the system is running off of 1 stick if Windows does not manage it correctly. So by putting out so much RAM, and it's going to be 2 dual channel situations, we're going to have very, very nice. The CPU is still fantastic in here. Putting all that RAM in here, I know I won't have to touch it again. And then we can start looking at video cards and figuring out when to make the upgrade. Right now we're on a 5700 XT. Yeah, and that's why Windows 11 will not be touching this machine. This is going to remain a Windows 10 machine until it gives up the ghost.
That's the end of the session. 8th place.
So we ended up 8th. The question is, how many qualified? 15 qualified, 9 didn't. And let's go ahead and get on the grid. I'm in the outside lane. That's what I prefer. So, yeah, we're going to put that RAM in tomorrow. And know that we're in really good shape. I have 2 1 terabyte SSDs in this machine. So it's 1 It's a stout computer to do what I do. So checked out the CPU. Figured if I wanted to buy a bigger CPU and the performance gain is only about 15%, that's not enough for me to make the jump right now. So there it is right there. Just making sure my steering's right. Yeah, 14 to 1. Get back on the grid here. And we're going to do this like I have been doing it, and that's just relax. It's a long, long race. And there will be a fuel stop. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-check my
80 laps. The air temp is 85 Fahrenheit.
All right. See if anybody spawns in here.
Catch up to car number 21.
80 laps. So in the fixed, it's 40 this week. In the open, it's 80. So it looks like a couple of folks are either, I think, starting from the pit lane. So 80 laps. So I have to confess, I don't own the Chevy yet. I'm running the one truck I purchased very early on. It is the Toyota. Cue shaming sad face. I know. I will have to purchase the appropriate truck. All right, here we go.
Okay, Dwayne, are you ready? Watch for the lights. Go.
That was,
Car down low.
I know.
You're still there.
I'm a bad person. I knew when you said, oh, there's a wreck. I knew when you said that, I'm like, I'm so toast.
Full course caution.
I knew it.
Race
I'm
cars
like,
out.
oh,
Line
man.
up single file behind
Tell
car
him the
number
Toyota's
7.
not gonna be happy.
We're under caution. Pits are closed. We think Rossi has spun off.
Yeah, it was definitely a spin. Number 18 truck either got helped. Yeah, I deserve it. I know. You're an American, you're driving a NASCAR series, and you're driving a Tundra. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have lost my street cred with some of you out there. But I bought this truck very early on, and it's the only one that I had. And when people started showing up at my streams, I said, you know what? We'll do we'll just run with what we have. And one of the trucks is pitting. Number 5 truck.
Pace car, please. I don't even see the cars in front of you guys.
Pace car in 1. So we avoided an incident. But I am running, takers, the icy livery. So I'm running. That's what I've heard too. And having the Dodge, I would assume it's the Ram they're bringing back, right?
exits are open.
So, that's good for NASCAR. And NASCAR's got a lot to look forward to next year. So, you have the new car, which they still got to fix a couple things.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
The steering is a little bit problematic. But it looks like they fixed the heat issue in the car. And once they get the steering figured out, it's going to be a good car. It's going to be a good car. Yep, sequential shifting, so 5-speed, straight up and down box. No H pattern anymore. And so, it's a good time to be in NASCAR. IndyCar, very popular right now with everybody coming in. IMSA is booming, so American Motorsports is making a resurgence. So I'm very, I think the younger guys will, especially those who do road racing, because it has enough similarities to late models, where the old guys that drove late models,
Okay, Blaine,
and the
get
young
ready.
guys that
Race
drove
will resume at the end of this
they're gonna be
lap.
all right. So it's going to be a very interesting year, 2022 in motorsports. And in Formula One, they have the brand new car with cost caps. So Miami in early May will be pretty good. I'm really sad that Portimao loses out. It's a great circuit in Portimao.
Green, 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 let's go.
And I just shut the door on the number
Hello.
10.
Clear low.
No,
Inside.
sneaky pass for you.
New fastest lap for Rossi,
And everybody's
40.7.
tires are cold.
Car inside. He's still there. Still there. He's still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. 6th place. Fastest lap for Beck, 34.4. That's your quickest lap. Still there. Still there. Still there.
Not very concerned about this.
Clear low.
I'm just gonna run my trusty middle to high groove here, save my truck.
Car inside. Still there. The leader has just done a 31.9.
North, of course, will never hit enough
for
points,
Phillips,
but
31.7.
Panorama
Clear inside,
also wouldn't
inside,
because of-
E7. Clear low. Your last lap time was a car low. Inside to clear. That's your best lap in this session.
I just saved the truck.
Go low, Zach.
5, I saw that coming, that's why I backed off. Give you a little room.
The gap in front has increased to 1.0. Heads up, there's a car rejoining. P8.
He wanted to get by. That's okay, you go right on by. I am not very concerned. He just kind of slid up a little bit. Now I'm going to focus on
That lap was
trying
at
to get into
52.0.
rhythm here. From the fixed race, I know 30 laps on these
The guy behind
tires.
you reading you in. The gap's now
Truck
0.7.
will start starting to get a little tight. The problem with Belle Isle is it doesn't meet safety standards. There's not enough runoff. I mean, that's the problem with Lord America. It has the runoff, but F1 would be like, okay, we want to take down a bunch of trees, and the folks in Wisconsin are going to be like, that ain't happening. Now, VIR be a good F1 place because they have the real estate to make whatever changes
Okay,
need to be
Dwayne,
made.
the water temperature's creeping up. Amat is leading the race, P8. The lap time was at 32.2.
I can see VIR. I mean, Watkins Glen had it for many years. Oh my, there's a wreck.
Car outside. Clear high. 7th position.
Because the thing about Miami takers, haven't lived there, so for those unaware, I lived in Miami for over 7 years. It comes down to money. There's so much money,
The gap to
In
Calhoun
Miami.
behind is now 0.8.
and you've got Emerson Filippati lives there, Raul Boisel lives there, Tony Kanaan lives there, Rubens has a home there.
That last lap was at 33.1.
And so because of that, you have instant star power. And it's a way to get into the Latin American and
The gap in
South
front is
American
now
market
0.7.
without having to travel to Latin and South America. Because what happens if the Mexican Grand Prix doesn't go off? What happens if the Brazilian Grand Prix doesn't go off? Miami now becomes the place. Now, I will say, the circuit is very interesting, what they've proposed.
Full course caution, be careful.
I saw that one coming. And that's good because my engine temperature...
We're under caution. It's closed.
Starting to
Pace
run a
car is
little
out.
warm.
Line up single file behind car 12.
We did a lot of bob and weave there. So I expect everybody to be in for tires.
Sure, he just blew up his truck, though, so we won't have to worry about it. Like I said, I'm sorry, Darren, if you can hear me. I didn't mean to spin you, buddy, but you were driving like an asshole.
Full course yellow. It's already...
Apologies for language. It is NASCAR chat after all. So I expect everyone to be in for tires and
Okay, Dwayne, your engine temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures.
Alright, I am definitely taking tires.
Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Box in 450 meters. You'll need to stop again.
This is the time.
Box in 5,
Up here.
3, 2, 1. Box now.
So You get 4 sets of tires, including the set you're on. I'm going to take on some fresh rubber here. And take on all my repairs too. Because I got a truck that's pretty good right now. I'm going to fix my truck here. So, we've made our first strategy play. Some of the leaders did not take tires.
Pits are open.
So a couple of more. Is a full truck run here, something like I think 55 laps. So good to have fresh rubber.
What are we pitted?
Yes, and what will happen is you get if you get another 15 plus lap run, all the folks that took tires are going to drive right by because the trucks get a little tight and you start moving up.
Full course yellow, pits are open.
So we got all repairs in. Yeah, and the thing is I got 2 more full sets. As long as I keep the tires gentle, right? I want this to now run long.
Get ready, race will resume at the end of this lap.
Get an advantage. Then get a caution to where everybody's in, but we're the ones in front of them. That's why I took the early pit. That was an easy decision to make. And I needed to fix some damage. At full tilt, the engine was trying to get a little warm. Pull a little sheet metal off. Happy days. So I got a pretty nice fixed up truck here.
I kind of figured that was the response was, oh no.
We've raced with Mr. Beck twice already this week. It's all about the thinking. Thinking. Oval racing is a lot like chess. And so all these trucks that didn't pit, they're going to get smoked in less than 5 laps. Watch it.
Green flag, we're racing. Got a car low. 10th position.
I think 5 of them
inside.
didn't pit.
Inside. Clear low.
And now what will happen is the fresh rubber, once it gets up to temp and pressures and all that. Yes, I race ovals like I do enduros. They're very similar in terms of thought process. You have to work the race backwards.
Car low. He's still there.
And right now I've worked the race backwards.
Car inside.
And what it tells me
He's still there.
is another
Still
long
there.
green run.
Still there.
We're in good
Clear
shape.
inside. Car outside. Still there. Clear high.
And now because I got fresh rubber, I wouldn't be surprised if I start going forward.
car outside. Clear high.
And that's why I took tires, because now I've gained 2 spots. Now I can run my normal stuff knowing I'm on very good tires.
Car low.
And if Brad wants to go, I'm going to let
Still
him.
there. Still there. That lap time was 32.4. Clear low.
That's where you got to run your race.
Inside.
That's why it's a lot like endurance
Still there.
racing. You have to run.
Clear inside. Car inside. Clear inside. Car low.
Oval racing is very similar to that way. You have to
Hold your
run
line.
your race.
Hold your line. Hold your line. He's still there.
No.
Still there.
And trucks teach you patience, takers.
Inside's clear.
You have to be patient. Because if you're not patient, you're wrecking. Like right now, I'm perfectly fine with this.
Car
Because I'm
high.
not using my stuff.
He's still there.
So I can keep my stuff.
Clear outside. The gap behind has now decreased to 0.1. That lap time was 32.8.
Now, lap 25. 10 laps, everyone who didn't stop, if it keeps going green, will have issues. Oh yeah, endurance racing, you have to play the slow game.
E9.
Like this Mid-South truck is trying to get
All right,
forward,
Dwayne. The next car is Phillips.
and the issue is he's going to use up his stuff. Notice how Mr. Phillips cannot get off the corner.
Got car high. Still there. P8. Your lap time was 32.8. Clear high.
Fresh rubber is your friend.
The next car is Brown.
I don't know if he took tires or not. I'm going to diamond the corner again.
Outside. Still there.
Which is a very good line here at
P7.
Kansas.
Hold your line. Still there. He's still there. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. You're clear outside.
And that's why you take fresh rubber, because now you can diamond the corner. Now look at where we're at.
That lap was at 32.7.
We're going to go forward. And all the trucks on used rubber. Now what I want to have happen is run to like lap 50. So this is now a track position race. That's why you work your races backwards. Because at lap
Your water
50,
temperature looks quite high. That was 32.5.
well, that's because I've been running full tilt there, Jimmy.
The gap to Brown behind is now 1.0.
Notice I put 4 seconds.
You've just done a 32.6. Seventh position. The gap in front is now 1.1 seconds.
A lot of people in the service don't think of the middle of the race. They look at the middle of the race as, well, I'm trying to get to the end and I just got to deal with it. That's not how you should look at the middle of the race. The middle of the race is very, very important because you now have to work out alternate strategies. Like right now, I'm very content with T7. Oh, he had just a little network burp.
Right there.
Hang on there, 19. Yep. And the sandwich metaphor is very appropriate. The middle is the best part of the race. I don't care what anyone says, the middle is the best part. That's the strategic part of the race. Okay, so now, notice we're entering lap 34. So if we get to lap 40 and a caution comes,
33.0.
we're taking tires again.
Car high. You're pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now clear outside.
Somebody is in the lane for some reason. I'm just coming by. That is the number 2 car, so I'm wondering if he's had something break on his truck. So, fresh tires has moved us up about 5 positions. Yep. And now that right front is just starting to say, hey, hey Gyro, can you do a little lift for me? I'd appreciate that. To help rotate me, thanks. That's what I'm doing. Now you gotta finesse it. We're gonna finesse it. Noah doing a good job. Staying high. Being very
Your engine
considerate.
temperatures are now back to normal. Got a car outside. Clear high.
Notice how much I lifted there just to get the truck to rotate. Aero is very real in these trucks. If you get too close, you will get some aero push.
P5.
And I think we're now down to 2. It didn't stop. Notice the 9 just sliding up. I think it's time to get by him.
Outside. P4. Still there. Clear high. Be careful, got a full course.
There we go.
caution.
That's that's how you do it right there, my friends.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 9. Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Now, that's why I took the extra tires. Because now I gain all the track position. Everyone is level pegging now.
Pits are open.
And everyone should be in. Everyone's gonna be in.
The leader's pitting now. Watch your speed. Okay, Dwayne, we've pulled you to the end. Box in 450
Now
meters.
I spend less time on pit road because I took my fuel early. I have my tires.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
See, thinking. That's why you work the race backwards. We were 5th and we gained a position. Now, everyone is level pegging. And we dropped back and now have worked our way forward. The only stop there's going to be is for tires now.
Pits are open.
Now, there may be a lucky dog here.
Start finish line.
Let's see how the chat is here. So those who did not take any stops got lucky just because they were able to stay out just enough in front, but only 2 of the 5 were able to do that. Actually, correction, 1 of the 5. Only 1 of the 5. And that is the leader. Everyone else took that early pit stop on lap 17, raced their way through. Now it's a good old-fashioned shootout.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
Now that Napa truck, it may be a lap truck that may be waiting for... Yes, everyone will come. This is going to be a
Come on, 17,
frenzy.
get up here. Come on.
It's going to be a frenzied start.
Okay, Dwayne, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
I'm with, like, the 4 I can race with. There's the lucky dog. He's been sent. So this loudmouth guy I can race with. This number 2 guy I can race with. I can race with this group that's around me. They're predictable. Yeah.
I really hope that number 1 car goes on the green instead of just when the pace car pulls off.
He can go whenever the pace car goes. That is the rule.
Green flag.
All right, everybody's equal.
Got a car low. E5. Still there. Clear inside. Inside.
And everyone's got cold tires.
Hold your line.
Low pressures.
Still there. He's
Kind of like
still
the
there.
start of the
Clear
race
low.
again.
Car low. Hold your line. He's still
This is
there.
where patience really comes in.
Still there. Hold your line. He's still there.
There he is.
8th place. Clear inside.
I just don't want to use my stuff yet. Oh, there's a wreck. Almost. Great save. The 12 just saved it.
E7.
11
Car
got
down low.
locked a little bit.
Clear inside.
Now tires just starting to come up to temp and pressure. Another reason why patience is a virtue. I'm back here in my safe space. Call it my NASCAR version of the emotional safe towel.
E6. You've just done a 32.7.
And I have time to kind of let everything happen. Just like that. He might just get it back.
Full course caution. Watch out.
Yep.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind
No
car
one
number
should take tires
22.
here.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
121, let's catch up with everyone else, please.
Yeah, these guys in the back don't know how to fucking drive.
Apologies for language.
And they're lap traffic for me. Like, damn, let me get back up there.
Says the guy just a lap down.
Full course yellow.
Checking up. Car 12, checking up.
Hey, checking out hard in turn 3.
So no one should be in here. And that's only about 5 hard laps on these tires. That's nothing. Nobody down below. So far, this race has gone to plan. Now, here's an interesting question. If the race gets to, let's say, low 70s and a caution comes out, depends on which lap. In the fixed race I did a couple days ago, right before the green-white checker, there was a caution. Lots of tire strategies, but I can tell you, taking 0 tires was not the correct strategy. I took 2 tires and ended up with a very good top 10 finish. So I already know if I get to a certain time mark, it's 2 tires. And I do. I have 1 fresh set right now.
Pits are open.
That's part of the reason why you see me running a little higher than everyone else. I'm keeping that right front in good stead. So the question is, if it gets to, let's say, like if it gets to lap 65 and there's a
We're under
caution,
caution. Pits closed.
you better take tires. Yeah, and that's why I don't like running this truck down. I like running it a groove to a groove and a half up.
Race 2.
Now I will be on the inside lane here. All right, 30 to go. So if there's another caution, let's say lap 65, for example, everyone will be in. It will be a sprint.
Pace car's in this lap.
Now the endurance race at Le Mans, the 4-hour one, what people will find out very quickly is you cannot run a GT3 for an hour at Le Mans. It will suck up too much fuel. However, does that mean you go with a smaller fuel load knowing you have to take your minimum number of stops anyway? Where you don't run full fuel all the time, and you run it in time segments, is no matter what you do, you have to take a certain number of stops. All right. You're going to be very, very alert.
Green flag, we're racing.
And I was. Perfect. I like running this high groove. Makes me happy. Well, if you run for, here's the thing, it's 240 minutes. So 40 minutes means 5 stops. If you run 55, it's 4.5 stops. Which means it's 5 stops. You have a splash no matter what you do. You have to set up the car to be fueled in such a way where you take the same number of stops as everybody else, but you're not carrying as much fuel.
The gap ahead is now 0.8.
We are not on fresh tires. Everybody is on about 11 lap tires now.
That was a 32.1.
Because now what you do is
Got a full course caution. Watch out.
you carry less fuel. Okay. When you carry less fuel, you can set the ride height a little lower. Or actually a little higher.
Race car's out. Line up single file behind car number 12. We're under caution. It's closed.
Alright. This is not the time to take tires. We need one more caution here. So, let's work this out, shall we? So you go 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, then you have a 15-minute stop. So, let's see, 45, 90, 135, 180, 225. 5 stops. If you run 55 minutes, it's 55, 110, 165, 220. So that's 4, and then the end. So now it's somewhere between... Nope. Staying out.
The lead car's pitting.
So now you figure out between 40 and 55 to get the 4 stops you need. Yeah. And in my case, I'm a big fan of rake. Free rake is good rake. Now, too much rake is bad on certain cars, but the BMW is not one of them because it's front engine. So Chad, myself, and Shane have stayed out. There's no reason for us.
The green.
Now, if we run to the end, we're dead. There is a caution. It's hard to go wrong at Le Mans with any of the GT3s, with one exception. It's the McLaren. Don't drive the McLaren at Le Mans. It's not that good. The Ford GT is good because it's so quick in a straight line. That's why it's good.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
The interesting thing is, as leaders, we know if you have a good setup and you drive it well, you can stay up. But outside of McLaren, you could pick any of the GT3s, but it's where do you want your proficiency? The BMW is a fantastic power plant. So you have to set up the BMW to where these slow corners, it can get around. Because the Porsche will not have this problem. The Porsche's problem is you got to trim it out because it's slightly underpowered. Slightly. But it's so good in the corners, it makes up for it.
Okay, Dwayne, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
So, Beamer normally is a little more thirsty, just a little, than the Porsche. But the key thing is, this is where you got to do your fuel mileage. Yeah, I'm really happy about this. See, I don't mind these guys diving in on the bottom here. Doesn't faze me. I got 20 laps to run. I'm expecting at least one, probably 2 cautions.
Green, 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 let's go.
Notice I was very alert.
P2. Car low.
Very alert to that
Still
start. 'Cause I didn't know if he was going to go
Still
early
there.
or if he was going to wait for the green.
Still there. Clear low.
Oh, 10 just got a little squirrely.
Got a car low. Still there. He's still there. Hold your line. Still there.
Look at all the traffic
Hold your
behind.
line. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear low.
Who's your dancing partner, folks? And I'm trying to pinch him down just a little bit.
Car down low.
Use his stuff.
Inside's clear. That lap was at 32.1.
He's got to run.
Clear high.
He's got nowhere to go.
Got a car high.
This is called strategy.
He's still there.
I'm now playing it.
Hold your line. Clear high.
And you got the big run. That is some proper racing right there,
P3.
Jamie. He was smart. You notice he's like, okay, this guy's going to pinch me down. I'm just going to get a big run off of 3 and 4. Set him up back here.
Car inside.
Problem solved.
He's still there. Still there.
Now those who have
Still
fresh
there.
tires,
Still there.
5 laps to get here.
Clear
Otherwise,
line.
it's not going to matter. There's number 9.
P4. The car in front has just done a 31.8.
A little lift to get the truck to rotate.
Car low.
Got a little bit of push right now.
Clear inside.
Now notice, now I want the race to run to the end. Because it's a P5. Let it run to the end. I will be thrilled with a P5. For someone that is not an oval racer.
P5. Phillips is reeling you in. The gap's now 2.0 seconds.
And I'm not concerned about Mr. Phillips right now. I'm concerned about is Chad. And I just don't want to resist. I know I'm in a fantastic position.
You've just done a 32.9. Alright, Dwayne, your water temperature looks quite high.
Alright, let me get some fresh air here.
You've just done a 32.5.
Now Zach is coming. He's broken away. That's a good thing for us. Because if Zach took fresh rubber, there's no way we're going to hold him up the last 10 laps. No caution, no caution, no caution. Let this run to the end. Let this run to the end. That is what I want. Chad has used up his stuff.
The gap in front is now 0.7.
Come on, baby. No caution, no caution, no caution.
E5.
Now the gap is equalized. As Zach used up his right front tire. Alright.
That lap time was
10 to go.
32.6. Okay, Dwayne, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
So I have a drafting partner, Zach does not. And that may be hurting him a little bit. Had to do a little lift there. Having to breathe it just a little. The truck's just starting to slide now. And this is where my road racing expertise is really going to help. Because I can feel the car slide. And that will help me in the turns. Because now I notice I'm pulling away. Drove that way too hard into the corner there. And I'll say this Craig setup is very, very good. As long as you race smart on your tires, very nice. So you heard me blip the engine there. That's because the truck got into the wake.
The gap ahead is now
6 laps.
0 seconds. You've just done a 33.4.
Zach
Okay,
has
Dwayne,
caught
your
up
engine temperature's
half
looking better now.
a second. So I'm actually thinking about doing a little brake drag here. Just a light little brake drag. Alright, 5 laps to go. I have to drive some really good corners now. And I mean some good corners.
Phillips is getting
4 to
closer.
go.
The gap is now 1.4 seconds.
Remember, I do not want to caution. Oh, Chad, hang on, baby.
We're gaining on the car in front. The gap's now 0.7.
And that will help me a little bit.
That lap was at 33.6.
All right, 3 to run. Noah has doggedly raced, and if everything works out, he'll be top 15. and his draft will help me. Right on the fringes, yeah.
2 laps remaining.
2 to go. I need 4 beautiful corners now.
Car high. Clear outside.
Now 3 beautiful corners. I've gotten my wish. Now, I just got to hold off the 12. Who's on better
Right flag,
tires.
last lap.
I am not going to make it easy, though. He got loose, baby. That's how you do it.
P5. Okay, that's the end. Good finish, mate. Well done.
Great race, Chad, Michael, Brad, and the winner up there. Very, very entertaining.
Fucking 23rd to 4th. That's not fucking bad at all, eh?
Get in, Chad.
That should bump me up to 3 again, hopefully. And maybe even 4, but I doubt it.
Cheers guys, that's just my first race win here. About time finally.
Good racing, man.
Yeah, I don't race
What's your speed
ovals
limit in
very
the
much.
pits?
I'm a road guy, so
Box in.
it's a whole new education for
450
me.
meters.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Good strategy call.
Box in 5, 4,
Stayed out when I needed
3,
to.
2, 1.
And the guys who took tires couldn't make up the gap. And the 12 made a good run, but I drove a very, very good last lap. I am over the frickin' moon with that. Yeah, not too much chat. So let's look at the results. Gridded 8th, finished 5th. I'm very happy with that. I am not an oval person at all. I have so much to learn. But that race was very cerebral, and I got all my decisions right, and I drove the truck the way I needed to, and had just enough tires to get across the line. So Jamie 16 to 1, he came in with us early. Brad came in early with us. Michael came in early with us. No, we did get a bop very early on, very early, but it was a netcode 4X. It was a netcode 4X. All right, let's cut over and see how we did. There we go. 0.25 on the safety. Nice. 48 on the iRating. Nice. That's pretty good for someone that does not do ovals very much. But strategy worked very well. Running the fixed races really helped me. With regards to that. And I got what I was supposed to get, you know? At times that does happen, so I'm pretty happy with that. So, I did put in the title that I was going to do a final IMSA practice, but I am not going to do that. It is 9 o'clock. I've had a good race. And I'm going to call it good right here. So, tomorrow, IMSA Endurance starts at 1800 GMT, which is 1 p.m. Nashville time. We're racing with the team principal of Mountain Trout Racing Concerns, Matt. And if we have a good run, I will break the 1500 barrier for the first time. Only need 21 points, so wish us luck, fingers crossed. But as always, my friends, make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of one another. God bless.